Okay, before we begin this end of season recap, I'd like to mention to everybody that this is the second time I'm recording this. Now you may say, why are you recording this for the second time? Checking the expanded standings. Well, we had the second highest run differential. We had yeah. Now you can see why. Anyways, enjoy the video. Okay, so the regular season has come to an end, and your Detroit Tigers have finished 97, and 65. Second in the American League Metro Division, about 5 games off of the division-winning Boston Red Sox. And folks, let's talk about this. This was not nearly as... The Red Sox are not nearly as good as their record says they were. We had a 191 run differential and should have finished with a 101 and 61 record. The Red Sox finished with a 146 run differential and should have finished with a 95 and 67 run differential. So they basically lucked their way into this. The Yankees finished behind us. Somehow higher run differential but lower Pythagorean. Not really sure about that. The Expos also make the playoffs in their first season in Montreal, probably making everybody very, very happy up there. Poutine, all sorts of shit's probably been broken out for the celebration. And Reese Olson pitched a fantastic season to make me look like a fool. That's nice. Not really seeing the other guy who they took from us, but it must not be too terrible. And the Pittsburgh Pirates have also made the postseason. Pretty good team they have here. Wouldn't be surprised if they managed to make it decently far, but they were a 5th place team and made the playoffs. And the Nationals are the only team out of the AL South to make the postseason. The Midwest Division was the Rockies and White Sox show. Everybody else didn't even make it to 500. No positive run differentials out of any of these teams either. And the NL West was a bit of a powerhouse. The Dodgers, Athletics. I think this is the first time that they've made the postseason since moving to Las Vegas. On the back of a very strong pitching staff from the looks of it. Though, they have our old friend, Zach Brykets, who is not good this year for them. He hasn't been very good for anybody, really. Yeah, that's not good. Well, actually, it was good for Las Vegas down the stretch. He pitched poorly in Houston this year. Good for them, finally making the postseason. Mariners and Diamondbacks have also made it. The Portland Beavers, in their first season, only finished a few games below 500. Vinny Pasquantino seemed to be their best hitter on the year. Led by Lyons Richardson in their rotation. And it seems like they had a strong bullpen. Good for them. I think Portland's going to be a fairly good team fairly soon because, where is it? They got that fucking Jeff Bezos money. He actually dropped their budget substantially. Not too hard. Yeah, overall, fairly interesting season. I think we underperformed a little bit, but not too badly. And now let's stick with strictly the American League. This guy Mike Clay led the league in average. The first time in a while, Aaron Judge does not lead the league in home runs. Did lead the league in RBIs though, and he still hit 50. So, for anybody saying this is the end of Aaron Judge, you're fucking wrong. But, might be slowing down a touch. Now, though he did eclipse the 600 home run plateau this season. And his teammate Yoshi Yoshi Untanga led the league in home runs with 55. Juan Soto, OPS, that's on base, not surprising. Wyatt Langford, really good this year. Batter War, we didn't have a single guy on this list. But Ellie De La Cruz. At bats, hits, Riley Green was up near the top of there. Runs, Riley Green was near the top. Total bases. Triples, Evan Carter and Oliver Dunn were near the top of that. OPS plus, Riley Green. Riley Green had a really good year. Let's just further see pitching. This team was led by its pitching. God damn, 100 walks. He was still actually a fairly decent pitcher. Yeah, you can see just how good our pitching was this year. Real quickly. Let's actually take a look at what the team itself did this year. Now that we've gone through all the standings and stats, Riley Green had a career year this year. At least in terms of the bat, the glove wasn't as good as his 2027 campaign. But in terms of the bat, he hit 37 homers, had a 154 OPS plus, 146 WRC plus. The game actually thinks that his best WRC plus season was 2 years ago. The BABIP wasn't nearly as high. The OPS was higher though, more ISO. What did he traded like 20 points of on base for about 40 points of slugging. So I do kind of see it. Though I'm not going to complain about him having 78 extra base hits. I will complain about the 20% strikeout rate, but whatever. The walk rate was also concerningly low this year. Though a very strong season for Riley Green. To me, this was probably his best. Colt Keith missed a lot of time, only playing in 87 games. But he was Colt Keith in those games, 142 WRC plus, 3 WAR. I just wish that he'd been able to fucking play more this year. It really fucking sucked that he missed as many games as he did. Oh, that explains why he missed as many fucking games as he did. For some reason they thought, oh, alright, let's have him play every... Oh, Jesus. If I'd fucking noticed that... They were constantly fucking playing Oliver Dunn. God. Again, he did miss a lot of time with injury this year, but the fact that he only played in 87 games was really, really bad. Gleyber Torres, slightly above league average, 118 WRC plus, 4 WAR. He's been a consistent piece of this team. Evan Carter in his first year over, not a ton of power, but I wasn't expecting a ton of power, and a 133 WRC plus. Best of his career. Best season of his career. Very happy with Evan. Tanaka, his defense was weirdly poor this season, only 11 ZR. I act like that's a bad defensive shortstop. But given that his hitting fell off too, a little bit concerned about Tanaka. Though, yet again, he hit like 26 home runs. So again, he wasn't bad. Just a little bit concerning. Sullivan was awful. Awful. Don't know why he's been this bad, but he was awful. Malloy played a bunch of games. Max Kepler, we eventually fucking... Like, he's still with the team. He just didn't make the playoff roster because he wasn't hitting particularly well. Meadows didn't hit well, but he played good defense, so... Yeah, he was worth it. Though, again, why can't... Again, I don't know why our defensive first guys who have solid hitting stats can't put up solid hitting seasons. Why they're so inconsistent. The same goes for Connor Bennett, who around the trade deadline, his hitting Like, he did hit better. He started hitting home runs. Though, despite the fact that he has the tool to hit for at least a halfway decent average, didn't. He just didn't. Struck out at a 33% rate this year. Like, I don't know why these big power hitters can't even put up a remotely decent fucking average. He was a well above average catcher, so he was worth having on the team. It's just annoying. I love trucking. Onto the pitching. Jackson Jobe pitched fantastic this year. Um, he's gonna get the game one start in the wild card series. 4.6 WAR, 3.62 FIP, 2.87 ERA. Really good. Just 200 innings. He's nearly at 1,000 career innings through his fifth career season. Just honest to God, there's no. I think I think we have one more year with him. I wish we had more. He's truly good. I should have extended him early on. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who may actually be gone at the end of the season. I went in and I actually changed the extension to a few more actual guaranteed years instead of whatever the fuck that was. But he has the opt out after this season. I'd imagine that he's going to go in to the open market and ask for a big time contract. We'll see what we can do, but I don't think he will be playing for us next year. Matt Scott, in his first year after signing long term, was sparkling. He just pitched fantastic. 2.67 ERA, lowest in the league. 3.65 FIP, 7.3 WAR. Just what a wonderful, wonderful season for Matt Scott. Truly. Michael King was kind of weird. Like, he probably should have been much better than he was. I don't know why he struggled this year, but like he wasn't bad. Though he's definitely the fourth of our four starters going into the postseason. The bullpen is interesting. Smith Shulver's hurt. He got hurt at the end of August. So him getting hurt at the end of August isn't surprising, given that he pitched in 115 innings through the end of August. And he wasn't as good this year as he was in years past, but he was once again another really strong season, just purely on the volume alone. And like he was still putting up above league average run prevention out of the pen, so great season for him. Chase Burns, another good, very, very good season out of the pen. His FIP was higher this year, though his ERA was about the same. He crossed the 100 inning plateau. K percentage was up. Walk percentage was down. K percentage was up, but the walk percentage was also up. The hit percentage was up. He got weirdly less lucky this year. I'm not, but also insanely lucky this year. I don't know. Franklin Paulino in his first season was kind of fine. Just kind of fine, though. He was just a reliever. Yorkie Samar was really good. At least in ERA sense, his FIP was a bit high. I don't know. He walked a few too many guys. Brendan Padaft, who was our fifth starter after the trade, was fucking awful. A 4.38 FIP, but a 5.80 ERA. Like his final month of the season was better than his first month, but God, he was fucking bad after coming over. Keegan Aiken was a respectable lefty specialist. Sean Barrett pitched really, really well. And apparently he also hit a little bit this year. 22 games, he didn't really do much. But he can hit and play left field. So that's neat, I guess. Though, yeah, he's definitely more suited to be a reliever. Um, and then Connor Phillips came back up during September call-ups, and he was fine. And backup outfielder slash reliever Sheng-Yi Lee was fine on both accounts. His FIP says that he was actually below league average, but I'll take 437 from a fucking long reliever. So, yeah. I don't know. Fairly good team. Did it have issues? Hell yeah. This team had massive fucking issues. But we played our hearts out, and we managed to lock up a playoff spot. Now, next year I'm a bit concerned because one of our big guys is going to be gone. Michael King's still going to be here. Job's still going to be here, but Yamamoto's probably not coming back. Um, that being said, if he does leave, if this is the end of his time here, he was one of the best pitchers in this team's history, and definitely one of the best moves I've made. A 28 WAR in his time here. Just very, very strong pickup, and I'm very happy that I made that deal. So, on to the postseason. In the first round, we will be playing the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Yankees will be playing Montreal, and I think whoever we get, we are going to play the Nationals. Well, if we win, we play the Nationals. I think the Pirates would play the Red Sox. Um, the A's, the A's and Mariners, and the Diamondbacks and White Sox will play in the National League. This season was very, again, I've said this season was interesting a few times, but yeah, I don't know. I had the year was good. We a bit disappointing coming off of last year, but still, overall a good year. Thanks everybody for watching, and goodbye.